You know what sound that means, folks. You bet. It's another ElkWorks Noon Whistle. My name's Chris Trottier.
And I'm John Anzalone. And Chris, we have a large group today.
Large
group. Normally I would introduce our guests, but since we have so many guests, I think I may ask them to introduce themselves. And maybe Pat, maybe you'd start.
I'm Pat Ehlen. I'm Kade's grandmother and Jill's mother, and 7 of our children are alumni of Elkhorn High School.
Who wants to go next?
And I'm Bil Rodgers, general manager at Evergreen, longtime employee, and class of 1979 graduated Elkhorn High School.
Tell them who you are, Dad.
Shelly and Ned Nettesheim. I've been around this area for 80 years. Consequently, I know most everybody. And boy, can I tell some stories. The Ehlen family. I'll tell some stories about that. Anyways, this is a great place, Evergreen Country Club. I'm looking out at just gorgeous gardens. And then I look back and I see Azalone.
Oh,
I'll see you later. There's more things to say.
yeah.
Shelly, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm Shelly Nettesheim. Happy to be here. Thank you for having us. And I'm not an Elkhorn alumni. I went to the rival Delavan Darien High School, but my kids both graduated from Elkhorn, and my parents both graduated from Elkhorn. So I'm sort of an Elkhorn purebred, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Jill Donnelly. I'm Kade's mom, and I'm the one that's kind of put this thing in motion since they did it for our family back in 2005. My mom and my aunt and my sister-in-law did a benefit for our family. So I'm kind of the one that's pushing it all the time. And this would be
the main guy, Kade.
Hey, Kade.
Kade Vance.
Hey, Kade Vance.
Yes. And I am a 1991 graduate of Elkhorn.
All right.
All right.
Well, yeah,
we're the same age. That's good. That's good.
Well, yeah, we're talking about Kades Klassic today, which is a great event that's been here since 2005, correct, Jill?
Yeah.
And not only that, but it includes a walk run, a golf outing, and so much more. And you guys have helped so many people and organizations and groups that we wanted you guys to tell your story of what it's all about. But before I get to you guys, who are the main event, I wanted to talk to Bill a little bit. Bill, you are the general manager of Evergreen Country Club, correct?
Yep.
And and you guys do so much for so many groups by hosting outings and dinners and things like that. What are some of the things, and I guess why Evergreen feels that? Why is that important?
Well, we've always been community-based, both myself and Mike Schmieden, longtime employees here, and it's very rewarding to work with all the local people and local charities. Kind of feel like you're part of making a difference.
Thank you guys for all you do and all Evergreen does, and great place to have events. And there's so many events and so many of our organizations that benefit from the generosity of you and your organization. So thank you. Moving on to Kades Klassic. So tell us a little bit about when is it? How does someone get involved, sign up? We need people to sign up like right now, right? It's closing?
We do, John. It's getting to be down to the wire where we need to get our T-shirts into our T-shirt guy, Scott at Academy Awards or Dynamic Awards here in Mukwonago. If you want to get signed up for things, you need to get on the website because everything is available to purchase on the website, and everything that does go through a shopping cart, which then we get an email about, so we can make sure that you're given that T-shirt. We reserve enough lunches with Bill. There's just lots of things. The earlier, the better. The more prepared we can be to make the day more enjoyable for everybody else that comes.
So you started Kades Klassic as a result of your family being helped out in a trying time, right?
Correct. People can say they have, fabulous insurance, great insurance, but there's a lot of things that insurance doesn't always cover. So we are here to assist those families that go through an illness or sickness or accident like our family was in. And insurance doesn't cover 100%. There's always something somewhere, whether it's a deductible or a medication they won't pay for. So we're there to kind of be supportive and put those people in a better place so they can actually enjoy recovery, enjoy life with their family a little bit.
Well, Pat, so you being Jill's mom, Kade's grandma, what does this event mean to you, and what's your involvement?
Well, I got involved because of the golf end of it. At the time when this all started, I was in a golf league and really enjoying the game. And when it came about that we were going to do it as a golf outing, it fit perfect into how I could help. And so we're here in conjunction with Bill. We have our golf outing is 18 holes and 9 holes. We're lucky that Evergreen has 27 holes, therefore we can do both. And we have events on each hole. Anybody who wants to golf the 9 holes really gets a deal. They get 9 holes of golf, they get a cart, they get a chance to win a car for a hole-in-one. They get their heightened beer, in cases of beer, if they get closest to the pin, which is a very popular event. And there's prizes for cash prizes for those people that win some of these events. So that's how I've gotten involved. And lately I've taken a step backwards. I'm just kind of like a senior advisor now, so.
We know you're still in charge, Pat. We know you're still in charge. You guys have one of those holes with that air cannon thing that you can shoot your ball out of it and you're sure it goes straight?
Oh.
Have you ever seen those?
Nice.
The chamber golf outing had one. I'm like, I need one of those for every hole.
Oh, yeah? Well, okay. Well, then sign up, John. We have space for you.
I might have to. I got to see if I'm around that weekend, but I might have to.
Next weekend, not this weekend, but the following one. So check
Okay.
it
I'm
out.
all that.
Gonna hustle you.
All right.
You too, Chris.
Fair enough. Chris golfs a little bit too. Let's pick on him.
You don't have to be a good golfer to be in
No,
this.
gosh, no. No, not at all.
Yeah.
So obviously,
you know,
Kades
so-
Klassic started, it was to help your family, Jill, but talk about how you guys have paid it forward and continued it and
Sure.
who's benefited from it and who do you anticipate this Kade Klassic benefiting?
Well, this will be our 18th year doing it. So we've been doing it since the 2005 when they did it for our family. Every year we pick a family that's in need, typically medical bills, the most is what we're looking for. This year's recipient, her name is Sarah Green, and she's actually from Elkhorn. And she's well known in the community because she works for the Human Services. And she has in the past worked with a lot of the kids that we've done benefits for. She's very aware of Ryan Flitcroft, Mason McPherson, Kade. I mean, it's been kind of funny how she's come full circle because she originally nominated Mason McPherson back in 2007. And then Kim Gonzalez, who was our 2021 recipient, actually nominated Sarah Green. So it's kind of interesting how it comes back full circle sometimes. So stepping outside your circle sometimes in the nominating is kind of cool.
Well, we might have someone with us today that was a recipient, correct or no?
We do. Shelly Nettesheim was our 2016 recipient. Yes.
Excellent. And Shelly, now you're involved in the event, right?
I actually got involved probably 13 years ago by doing the 5K run. Long before, but I've known the Ehlen family since I was a kid, kind of grew up with them. But yeah, that's where I initially got involved with it, that I did the run, which now I help organize.
What time does the run start, or where does it start and finish? How do people sign up for that?
You can sign up online. The registration is still open, or you can sign up the day of. 7:30 start. So try and be here by 6:45 if you haven't signed up already. It's $30. It's a beautiful landscape to run on. A lot of people don't run. There's a lot of people that walk it. It's just a great way to get involved. And it's a memorial run. I'm not sure exactly how many years ago it started, Jill, but at least 13 years ago, I bet.
Right. Sue Billings, she was a graduate of Elkhorn High School. Sue Billings Babcock, she actually passed away, I think in 2010 or 11. But we actually started the walk run because she knew she was stage 4 and she knew she was terminal. So we started the walk run because we were struggling finding something for people that don't golf to do. So she was actually able to see out her first walk run. So it was very, very cool. So yeah, that's something I'm going to try to keep alive, just so that for her memory.
Yeah, and can people bring strollers? Can young kids walk? Can they walk their dogs? Is that okay?
The dog part, that would be up to Bill, but we got families that come out every year, but I'm not sure about the dog thing. I don't know. That would be up to Bill.
I think
So
dogs would be fine on a leash, John.
That a boy, Bill. And bring a bag to clean up after your dog, correct?
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Do you guys have, besides, obviously Evergreen's a strong partner and active in the community, any other businesses, organizations that are getting behind Kades Klassic, either in the past or this year, that you want to mention?
I'm so glad you asked.
Thank you.
We have Cunis, right, like the Elkhorn and the Delavan location. They've always sponsored our hole-in-one for the car. Allison Ketterhagen's always been great with that. And Greg Cunis last year actually did the car and donated like 4 tickets for a Packer game, which actually the gentleman from the Evergreen, I can't think of his name now, won. Help me.
That was Mike Schmieden.
Yes, Mike Schmieden. I was going to call him Schmieds. Yeah, so he actually won them. So it was very cool that we had a local that bought something from a local that donated. Southern Lakes Plumbing has also been a huge contributor. They come back every year. One of our past families, the Flitcrofts, their dad works for them. So they come back every year with a golf outing, golf team, and lots of donations. Beer Bank out of Darien, I know it's not Elkhorn, but he's also been a huge contributor to a lot of our different things that we do. He actually brought in a dart game for us last year, which actually did really well.
It's so cool for me to listen to. I mean, my kids go to Elkhorn. I've been in the district now for 10 years and in the community, and just listening to you mention those sponsors and supports, how those same organizations, including Evergreen and Cunis, and how are so active in our community in supporting everyone. Also, Southern Lakes has employed numerous youth apprenticeship. Cunis, Scott was on the Noon Whistle a couple months ago. So it's just cool to hear that interconnectedness and how everybody's moving to, working towards the same goal, which is creating a great community for everyone.
Absolutely.
Hey, do you have anything you want to say about Kades Klassic?
It's just a fun thing to do every year, and I enjoy it.
Excellent. So do they put you to work too?
He likes to fake his work. He likes to hang out.
Hey.
He does a good job at hanging out.
Well, when your name's on the banner, you get to do what you want.
That's
Kind
right.
of what he tells us. Kind of what he tells us.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. But no, what a great thing. I mean, a great event. We need to get people to check out that website that's scrolling on the bottom and get signed up and make sure they get out there, not this weekend, but next weekend. And do you have a lot of people that participate in the walk, run, and the golf?
We do. You can do both. Like if you do the walk run, you're typically going to be able to do the 9 hole because they start at 9. The 18 hole starts at 8. So they don't get to do much of the walk run because it takes a little bit to get out there and get back. But
Okay.
yeah, so
if I was just doing the golf, what time would I need to be there?
Are you doing 18 or 9, John?
Well, 18 because it takes 9 to get warmed up. So go ahead.
Well, 8. 8 o'clock you need to be there.
Okay.
And, yep. And with your fee, you would get the cart, the lunch, and you would get the free participant T-shirt.
Do I get to golf with Ned?
Supposed to do just butt in.
I don't know. That would be up to Ned.
Ned, will you ride the cart with me?
Used to play basketball. So why should we come to Kades Klassic?
Because Ned, you're the greatest
I
thing to
can't
see.
hear anything. I don't want to appear redundant. But for the obvious reasons, for the benefit, but you have a lot of other activities involved. And I think everybody's mentioned that. I said couldn't hear anything. But in my opinion, the best reason other than the obvious is the food. It's fantastic. And I'll be there again.
Yeah. It's a good hot lunch.
That's good. So I know we got the registration and we're looking to target, we're Act Now. Do you guys have a targeted goal you're hoping to reach? And if so, can we help, or are you guys?
One thing I do want to point out is it is open to the public. However,
Okay.
the lunch, we need to have that purchased up front because Bill needs numbers to make that food fantastic. However, it is open to the public. If people want to come in and purchase some raffle tickets or want to, purchase some 50-50 or anything that we're doing in the pavilion, they're more than welcome to do so. And we do have a great live auction that starts typically around 1:30. And that's usually with those items they're higher up in cost and value. And we do have the 2021 graduate from Elkhorn, Tommy Slack, who has come back now the third year and done our auctioneering. And that kid is sharp.
That's good. That's good.
Nice. I think it's impressive, back to what Chris said, that, a lot of those businesses and people you've named, I just think are all Elkhorn people, Elkhorn graduates. They've invested in their community and stuck around, or maybe they left for a while and came back. But I think, it's just a really good thing.
I know I've missed people. I mean, I certainly didn't miss anybody intentionally, but I know I've missed people because people are what make this happen.
I think we should mention that Jan Berlin puts together our baskets for the raffle, and she does a fantastic job. We've got some beautiful baskets that are raffle items this year. So anybody wants to just come out and buy some raffle tickets, take a chance.
Very much so.
Well, I think that's the perfect transition as we hit the 16-minute mark to make sure we don't forget anybody. Anybody want to? I'll start with you, John, and we'll go right around the noon whistle here. Any thank yous or shout outs you want to give?
I'm going to go right back to someone with us today. I'm going to go back to Bill and all he does for the community. I've been to a lot of events out there that he puts together and a lot of other events. And he does a great job. He always has. He continues to. And he's a great partner, a great man. And thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thanks, John. Much appreciated. I couldn't do what I do, though, without the support of my staff. So there's people here at Evergreen that I want to thank.
Perfect.
Mike Schmieden, our golf course superintendent. Alfonso Perez in the food and beverage department, Allie Smith, my right-hand girl.
She's good.
It's not a solo effort. I have a lot of help.
She'll be back this year, Bill? Allie?
Allie's back.
Yes. She's good stuff.
Who wants to go next? Chris, we going to bounce back to you?
I'm going to thank Mr. Nettesheim because as a new principal, and he was the substitute, he gave me plenty of information and reminded me of the Elkhorn tradition in basketball and told plenty of stories. So I was fortunate enough to learn a lot about Elkhorn, just seeing him come walk by the office and pick up his papers. So I'm going to thank him for all his guidance and tutelage in giving me the history of Elkhorn Area High School.
Yay, Ned.
Yes. Anybody else want to give a shout out or thank you before we
I'd like to give a shout out to my family and the people that support me the most. And some of the family that come to this every year are the base that I have for this. And then the community friends that we have that are like family. I mean, they come back every year and they give us the support. Half the people that come to it have been to it year after year after year. And that really does give me the basis to keep it going. And I just want to say thanks to all of them.
Well, I think that's a great segue to and leave it right there. John, any parting remarks before we
Thank you guys, I hope you have great weather, a ton of people, and you make a ton of money and have a great time.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on here, and thank you for all you do for our community. And on that note, that will conclude another Noon Whistle. If you have not, please sign up for all the wonderful opportunities to support Kades Klassic. And if you're listening closely,